day, the 13th of November, and the vet charged me $350. Therefore, I think he should be responsible for the vet bill for $350 because it was due to his negligence by allowing his puppies to eat stuff. He was a breeder for 23 years. He knows that this is not healthy for dogs, that they can get sick. So it was through his negligence, and I would say to you, you don't have to pay the other $350. But if you don't take the dog to the vet and you didn't spend any money on November 13th or 14th or 15th.
I spent lots of money. I spent lots of money on my rug being ruined, my cleaning.
$350, judgment for the plaintiff. We're done.
Parties are excused. They step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
At his house, he told me that the dog ate elephant ears, but I smiled and said, okay, because I had no idea what that was until I got home and the diarrhea happened.
I offered twice to come get the dog and give her money back. She declined both times.
He's being tested, his kidneys, in March to find out if there's long-term. The thing with elephant ears is that it takes time for the crystals to go through the dog's body. And so in March, they'll test his kidneys to see if there's any long-term damage.
Never. It's short-term. They don't ingest very much because it tastes bad and it stickles on their tongues.
Find out what plants are poisonous when somebody tells you that they eat elephant ears. You know, don't walk away.
You'd have to bulldoze it and have it a parking lot to keep dogs from chewing up anything. Puppies are puppies.
I love my baby.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 5. I'm Morgan Hoover.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome to a Monday evening, kind of a damp, wet, chilly.
Yeah, cold
kind of
out there.
Yeah. This is fall.
It is. It did feel like fall today.
This is fall. And
officially.
those pesky little showers, a little drizzle and all that, yeah, it's still going on, but eventually it's going to leave us. Here's a look at the 4-hour clouds and radar in motion, showing that a lot of that activity is pushing off to the south. We actually have some clearing taking place back west, but it's going to be a while before we see that right here. Here's a look at a couple of community cams. We go first to I-65 and Cave City, where they're seeing a cloudy but dry start to after the evening, I should say, in a temperature of 53. Butler County over in Woodbury starting to dry up to your temperature now at 54. The forecast for tonight calling for still some cloud cover, cool drizzle, and maybe even some patchy fog during the overnight hours, and a chilly low down to 44. I'll have the rest of your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Morgan?
All right, Chris. Tonight, the first Kentucky gubernatorial debate to be broadcast to a statewide audience will be right here on NBC 40. Right now, Democratic incumbent Governor Andy Beshear and Republican candidate Daniel Cameron are making last-minute preparations before facing off in less than an hour. Evan Millward, the moderator of tonight's Northern Kentucky debate, says the panel will work to get to the heart of issues that are affecting Kentuckians and dig beyond the candidates' platforms. Of course, you can watch that debate live right here on NBC 40 starting at 6 o'clock. And we are just weeks away from the November election. We sat down with Secretary of State Michael Adams today to hear what his office is doing ahead of Election Day. He spoke on a number of topics, including protecting the integrity of the election and avoiding voter fraud, as well as the record number of independent voters who have registered this year. We will have his interview tonight on News 40 at 10. A couple of crime alerts now. One man is behind bars after police find a large amount of drugs and guns in Bowling Green. BGPD says they got a call about a man with a weapon in the 300 block of East Main Street Saturday morning. Once they arrived, officers say they located a vehicle with a large amount of marijuana in plain sight. Police say that Michael White was near the car but denied the vehicle was his, even though he had the car keys and his driver's license was found in the vehicle. After a search of the car, officers found a handgun, a rifle, and bags of assorted drugs. That included 99 M30 fentanyl pills. 4.9 grams of suspected crushed fentanyl pills, and suspected cocaine. White is currently in the Warren County Detention Center facing several charges, including drug trafficking and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. 500 M30 fentanyl pills are now off the street in Logan County. The Logan County Sheriff's Office says that during a traffic stop on Friday, deputies could smell marijuana coming from a vehicle. After asking the passenger in the car, Nikitha Jackson, to get out, authorities say they found a large bag of suspected M30 fentanyl pills. Deputies say they also found a bag of marijuana on the driver, Adrian Taylor. And after a full search of the vehicle, found another large bag of suspected fentanyl pills. Jackson and Taylor were taken to the Logan County Detention Center. Deputies later discovered that Jackson had stuffed 45 oxycodone pills and cash into the backseat of the patrol car. Both men are now facing several charges. A Bowling Green mom is behind bars charged with abuse following a report of a possible overdose. 29-year-old Brianna Freeman is charged with 2 counts of first-degree criminal abuse of a child under 12. The Warren County Sheriff's Department says that Freeman was found inside a home after a 6-year-old child told a neighbor he believed his mother was dead. She was responsive when first responders found her. Authorities say they found residue of an M30 fentanyl pill on the floor. A 3-year-old child was also inside the home at the time. Social services were contacted. Freeman was taken to the Warren County Detention Center. Well, the holiday season is right around the corner. Many of you will do quite a bit of online shopping, but cyber criminals see this time of year as the perfect opportunity to take advantage of unsuspecting shoppers. News 40's Corinna Shadowan is in the studio tonight with more on the story.
Seniors, children, teens, and college students are at a higher risk of falling prey to identity theft scams. And as technology continues to advance, how can you protect yourself? Take a look. Cybercrimes are the fastest growing crimes in the country. And as we continue to become more digital, the problem may only get worse. Whether you're shopping online, playing video games, or even connecting to unsecured Wi-Fi at your favorite coffee shop, your cybersecurity may be at risk.
Anytime you get on the internet, you're opening yourself up to potential dangers from cyber criminals. And in fact, when it comes to identity theft, one person is a victim of identity theft in this country every 22 seconds.
Protection plans are available to monitor for fraud that may appear in your credit card reports, social media, and bank accounts. But there are ways to be proactive in your cybersecurity as well.
You also want to be diligent in doing things like looking at your bank statement every few days, even daily if possible, checking your credit card statements, making sure there are no unauthorized charges.
The list of scams is endless, and oftentimes it can be hard to tell if an email or text message is actually a scammer trying to take advantage of you.
The scammer always tries to create this sense of urgency that you have to take care of this problem right now. We have to do it right now. Don't hang up the phone. We've got to get this taken care of right now. And all they're trying to do is create fear.
This week, the Bowling Green AAA branch is partnering with BGPD to address common scams, talk about dangers of cyber crimes, and teach people how to protect themselves.
It's just a community effort by a lot of people to just try to keep this from happening and try to keep people from becoming victims.
AAA branch specialists will be at the AAA branch office located on Scottsville Road in Bowling Green. If you are interested and would like to attend, you can call 502-565-7410 to RSVP. Morgan.
All right, Corinna, more local news now. Warren County Parks and Recreation wants to know if you're interested in becoming an official in the upcoming sports seasons. Park staff say they are looking for referees and umpires for all 12 of their sports. The recruitment effort will take place this Saturday, October 21st at the gymnasium at Michael O. Buchanan Park. Staff are asking one important thing of anyone interested in officiating.
All that we ask is this is a youth-oriented leagues. These are youth-oriented leagues. And so we're just asking for people that, realize it is a game and want to really develop these kids in their progression from Youth Little League to if they continue or if it's just this is their only stop. We just want somebody that's interested in that.
A recent referee shortage has impacted all leagues, including those run by Warren County Parks and Rec, so they say they are desperately looking for new officials that want to help out. And it is World Food Day, and to celebrate, St. Teresa Ministries is doing big things for the Bowling Green community. The local nonprofit donated over $80,000 in several food items to honor Meals Inc., St. Joseph Food Pantry, and a few other local pantries in the area. These pantries have been providing food and support for more than 50 years. They don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
We have a long history of providing meals every Saturday, rain, snow, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. We're out early that morning, every Saturday morning, fixing meals and delivering them, and trying to provide not a meal that just gives enough calories, but also quality meals.
As you just heard, with the help of St. Teresa Ministries, you can get support from Meals Inc. every Saturday. For more information on that, visit our website, WNKY.com, later tonight. Well, now to Pulaski County, where a woman has made more than 800 quilts and counting. And the reason behind the purpose is twofold. Austin Pollock shares her story.
If I stayed and done it all at one time, it'd take 6 or 7 hours.
We didn't stay with Chloe Hardy for that long.
You're going to ask how old I am.
No, that's a personal question, but we are going to ask.
It helps me as much as it does them.
About the stacks and stacks of, wait, more stacks of quilts.
This is my sewing room.
This sewing room at her home in Bronson is where nothing goes out of style.
It's over 50-year-old.
Certainly not love in every stitch.
I got me some material and I started making prayer quilts. And I made them just for anybody that had cancer, that somebody asked me to make them.
It all started when her mother was in the hospital.
Everybody that came in was freezing.
What better than something to keep warm and warm hearts?
One guy made him one, and he said that when he got to hurting, he just put that quilt around him and knowed it was a hug from me. And just like with a baby, when you wrap it up in a quilt, why, they'll usually go to sleep.
Chloe donates these quilts to various fundraisers. Keyword here, donates. She tells me she doesn't charge for these.
I just give it. It doesn't bother me what it brings.
$20 or $800.
I just make them, and if they've got flaws in them, I don't worry about it because I'm not perfect at making them.
And that's okay. It's acts of kindness this world needs.
Well, still to come on News 40 at 5. Parents, as we battle the cold and flu season, there's a new treatment to protect your baby from RSV. What you need to know in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. There it is. He'll tell us what we can expect to see for the rest of the week. It's going to be cold after this.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
I'm a nurse and a single mom of 5 kids. Budgets get tight, especially with costs right now. But Andy Bashir crossed party lines to cut the income tax, putting more money in the pockets of families like mine. It'll make life easier for me and for so many other Kentuckians. Governor Bashir really cares about people, and it shows. He puts the needs of working families first, and it's making a real difference in people's lives.
As Joe Biden destroys our economy, Andy Bashir defends him.
I don't want to be critical of what the president's doing, because at least he's trying. We at least ought to give the president some kudos.
And a big thanks also to Governor Andy Bashir.
He's trying to help us.
Biden's bankrolling Bashir's re-election, funneling $250,000 in donations. Bashir and Biden, or Trump and Daniel Cameron. Trump's choice, our champion. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
When someone's injured at a place of business or in a public space, that shouldn't happen. Slip and falls, falling objects, a drowning, crimes like assault, rape, and even murder. We've handled them all, and we have a team of lawyers that handle only these cases. But here's the thing, don't wait. Evidence and witnesses disappear. Time matters, size matters. Let America's largest injury firm go to work for you. Morgan & Morgan. for the people.
We already know Andy Bashir is lying about sex change surgery for kids. But what else is he lying about? On jobs, Bashir claims record growth. The truth? Fewer Kentuckians are working today than when Bashir started. And nearly 1 million Kentuckians are living in poverty. On crime, Bashir pushed false reports, omitting 100 murders in Louisville alone. Career politicians like Bashir and Biden lie for a living. But Kentucky knows the truth.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris is not cold. It's going to warm up. That's what you do when you're cold.
Well, but I was saying warm. Then you see my lips move. I was like, warm. And the orange colors on the map should have told you that.
I should know.
Okay. You're cold now. I'll give you credit for that.
Thank you. See,
that's what it is.
I just can't warm up. I'm just focused on the cold of today.
That's what it is.
Yes.
All right. It is going to warm up, though, I promise. Here's a look at that colorful map that we were referencing here. The rest of the week is going to warm up. Now today, raw and chilly and damp and all that, but the rest of the week above normal, much warmer temperatures will be moving in, and it all looks really good. It's going to feel more into the 60s and 70s once we get through the middle of the week, but until then, we're going to keep it chilly and damp for this evening, especially with the cloudy skies. We look live from I-65 and Scottsville Road, 55 with a northwest wind at 6. That makes it feel even cooler. The dew point at 46, so looks like we're going to dip back down into the 40s for overnight lows tonight. The barometer is falling, but it will start to come up as high pressure starts to build in tomorrow. Temperature-wise, right now, Kentucky Mesonet network, the entire network showing 50s throughout, even some low 50s like Edmonton at 51 right now, and Russellville is at 52 degrees. Here's a look at the next 40 hours. We see all this instability coming from the north out of the Great Lakes, moving across southern Kentucky. This has been the way it's been all day, cloudy with those occasional spritz of drizzle, even a little bit of a light rain shower. The winds haven't been as bad as they've been the last couple of days, so at least it didn't feel quite as chilly when the wind blew, but there's a light wind coming in from the north and northwest. Overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning, there will still be some clouds around and even some patchy fog, but as the day progresses, a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow as we start to get more of a southerly fetch here, which is gradually going to warm us up. And there's a warm front back to the west that's going to move in as well, that is also going to stir up the more southerly winds as we get into Wednesday, and that alone really will help us warm up not only into the 60s, but also think into the 70s as we head into the middle part of the week and we finally see some sunshine come back as well. 44 is what I'm going with tonight. Cloudy, cool with patchy drizzle and fog, at least until tomorrow morning, and then we'll start to see some clearing taking place, partial clearing as we get into tomorrow afternoon. And at the Bowling Green Ballpark tomorrow, we've got the casting call for Survivor, and it looks good. As we get into Tuesday afternoon, a high of 63, a mix of sun and clouds, even warmer 70 and mainly sunny on Wednesday. But here comes another chance of rain beginning Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and maybe even some thunderstorms on Friday with a high of 63. After that, not much of a cool down. We're going to stay mainly in the low to mid 60s for the upcoming weekend. And here's what's coming up tonight on NBC 40.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
It's the annual enrollment period for Medicare Advantage plans, and you have a choice, which is why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here to help you get all the benefits you qualify for. Give us a call today at 800-613-0787 for a plan review with a licensed agent. We'll help you make the most of your budget. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing, along with transportation, a gym membership, and $0 copays for prescriptions. We also have plans to help you pay for groceries, over-the-counter health items, and utilities like cell phone, all on a single prepaid MasterCard. Call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield at 800-613-0787 for your Medicare Advantage plan review. Find a plan with all the benefits you're eligible for. We're here to help, so you never go it alone. That's our anthem.
If you're searching for a good night's sleep, Ford's has a solution with a large selection of luxury bedding, including Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Ford's luxury bedding. And right now, buy select sets and get a free power base at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green.
Every year in the U.S., respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, leads to more than 2 million visits to the doctor's office and up to 80,000 hospitalizations among children under 5. But this year, there's a new way to help prevent those severe illnesses. Tonight, what parents need to know about a new RSV treatment for babies. It's a new weapon against a common and contagious virus that may change the hold that RSV can have over young children during respiratory virus season.
It gives an extra layer of protection to these babies, so if they get RSV, they won't get as sick.
Dr. Juanita Mora with the American Lung Association says the new treatment is a monoclonal antibody. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends it for all babies younger than 8 months. Born during or entering their first RSV season, a vaccination can also be given during pregnancy. If you're 32 to 36 weeks pregnant during RSV season, which is September through January in most of the country. The antibody is also recommended for some children between the ages of 8 and 19 months who are at higher risk of severe illness because of a pre-existing condition.
Now it's readily available in pediatricians' offices, and it's also available in Department of Health clinics.
Most people, including infants who get RSV, have only mild symptoms similar to a cold, but it can also be severe, even life-threatening. Mora says RSV can cause dehydration if a child won't eat or drink, and can make it hard to breathe.
These are the 2 indications that I teach parents where they should take them immediately to the emergency department.
New research shows more young and middle-aged women are being diagnosed with lung cancer at a higher rate than men, and scientists are struggling to understand why. A lack of understanding about what is driving the gender trend in lung cancer is in part fueling a push for more funding to study these differences. The hope is to identify the driver so public health leaders could target those particular issues. Researchers hope studies showing gender disparities in lung cancer will make healthcare providers aware of how this disease affects women so they can know how to watch for it. Aside from smoking, other risk factors for lung cancer include family history, exposure to secondhand smoke, radon, asbestos, pollution, and arsenic in drinking water. Many people right now are in the middle of Sober October and staying away from alcohol. It might be easier these days with the rise of non-alcoholic beers. The Wall Street Journal reports that sales of non-alcoholic beers jumped 32% last year. New data says the trend is even more pronounced in Western Europe. Reasons for the rise in popularity of non-alcoholic beers include, thanks to technology, better taste. Academic studies have also found that younger people drink less alcohol due to being better informed about the health risks. Well, stay with us. We'll have more news coming up right after this.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
I had just gotten off work. All of a sudden, I was hit from behind. I immediately thought of Morgan & Morgan. All of the correspondence was done pretty much by email and text. I barely had to lift a finger. It's easier than you think.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living. Your new home is protected with a 210 warranty and backed by our full-time service department. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com, because life is too precious to be put on hold.
Have big dreams for your space? When looking for home decor ideas, you want BG Home Furnishings.
BG Home Furnishings designers are here to bring your dream home to life with one-on-one design help. Personalized advice from the best has never been this easy, accessible, and valuable. The BG at Home team handpicks from over 100 brands to create a selection of furniture and home decor that is tailored to your style.
Call us today to set up your free in-home design consultation.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
It's scary amounts of fun.
Is this movie Psycho?
Person, place, or thing.
On WNKY, NBC 40.
Republican Representative Jim Jordan is pushing to be the next Speaker of the House. John Lawrence reports.
Leader McCarthy. It's been 13 days since Representative Kevin McCarthy was voted out as Speaker of the House, and the role is still vacant.
It's time to end the Republican Civil War so we can get back to doing the business of the American people.
The Republican conference nominated Rep. Jim Jordan of Ohio for Speaker last week. However, numerous GOP sources tell CNN dozens of House Republicans will vote no for Jordan.
Nothing's impossible, but it's going to be really, really difficult based on what I'm hearing.
To become Speaker of the House, a nominee has to secure the majority of the full House, which, because of 2 vacancies, is 217 votes. That means any Republican, in this case Jordan, can only lose 4 GOP votes if the Democrats unanimously vote for Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
We want to ensure that votes are taken on bills that have substantial Democratic support and substantial Republican support so that the extremists aren't able to dictate the agenda.
The House is expected to hold a vote for House Speaker on Tuesday, according to an email CNN obtained from House Minority Whip Catherine Clark.
We have a lot of people on the bench. I think Jim Jordan will be an excellent speaker. I think he'll be able to get to 217. If not, we have other leaders in the House.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, stay with us. We'll be right back.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
You want to experience the deep passes, the hard hits, touchdowns. Couch is the place to see it all.
Purchase your tickets today. Go Tops.
Spread the word, not the germs. Reminder to wash your hands for at least the full 20 seconds with soap and warm water. Together, let's keep our family and friends safe.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby.
Come back tomorrow.
got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
At Kroger, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Don't forget, tomorrow is your chance to audition for Survivor. We have a casting call happening tomorrow. You can find out more by visiting our website. That is WNKY.com. This is happening at the Bowling Green Ballpark. Chris, do you think you've got what it takes to be on Survivor?
Absolutely not.
Come on, I would pay big money just to watch.
No. Yeah, I know you would.
It would be
so would a lot of other people.
Right.
But no. But I can tell you, if you're going to the casting call, which starts at 5 o'clock at the ballpark tomorrow evening, great weather for it. It's going to be partly sunny. We'll see a high of 63 and then warming up as we get into the middle of the week. But come on out to the ballpark. Yes, this is for the actual this is the casting call for Survivor.
Yeah, the actual show.
The actual CBS hit series.
Absolutely,
yes.
Chris. All right, we'll see you at 6 on CBS.
As Joe Biden destroys our economy, Andy Bashir defends him.
I don't want to be critical of what the president's doing, because at least he's trying. We at least ought to give the president some kudos.
And a big thanks also to Governor Andy Bashir.
He's trying to help us.
Biden's bankrolling Bashir's re-election, funneling $250,000 in donations. Bashir and Biden, or Trump and Daniel Cameron. Trump's choice, our champion. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.